Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a few clips from Splotchmaker. One of which she says it's not the weight loss that made you feel better, it's the eating fruits and veggies, sticking to a routine, and exercising. In the bonus clip, she goes on to say, I'll never be seen as anything but fat, I'm sick of being everybody's worst case scenario, and I'm sick of people saying how much better they feel after losing weight. Did you know that I have a second channel where I talk about stuff that is not related to fat acceptance? It's called Cynical Reacts. I just recently released my 7th video on that channel. Here's a link. Be sure to check it out and also subscribe over there. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. She's going to be responding to this comment that says, when the song Diet Culture says, I know their worst fear is to look like me, and that fact makes me want to kill somebody. Yeah, that. Okay.
This, because people don't talk about the toll it takes on you when you are a walking worst case scenario.
In your mind you are, because you don't know what anybody else is actually thinking.
Simply by existing in public, simply by existing online, we are constantly being compared to as a, thank God I don't look like that. Thank God I'm not that fat.
You really have all this go through your mind every time you go into a room, you look around, you're like, man, all these people really hate me and they're so glad that they are not me. I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm sure that most people don't even notice when you enter a room. Unless you come in like singing that song, there's nothing wrong with my body, fat is not a dirty word. Then people might be like, what the hell?
Thank God I'm not you. Thank God I'm not fat and ugly.
Dude, just tell us about all of your insecurities.
You can feel it. If you have never been visibly fat, you don't understand
I've only been audibly fat, where you could hear it. It was that bad.
Feeling of walking into a room and knowing that pretty much everyone, the grocery store, the doctor's office, the mall, TikTok.
Not the mall! Okay, so you have telepathy, and when you go in a room, you can hear everybody's thoughts. Or you might need some sort of medication. These voices that you hear judging you all the time, are they in the room now? Do they tell you to harm yourself? I'm not trying to make a joke about that. Do they tell you to get rid of all the phonies? Because that's what they tell me.
People are walking by, people are scrolling by, and they're saying, oh, thank God I don't look like you.
They said that? Or you think that that's what they're thinking? Because that's a whole lot of crazy stuff to think.
You're a worst case scenario.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like she's not correct. There are plenty of people that are like, yeah, I really don't want to be fat. That would be a worst case scenario. But you don't know what everybody's thinking. And it's really bad for your mental health to sit around wondering what everybody's thinking of you. Does everybody hate me a lot? Probably. What are you doing?
At least I'm not that. People literally chop off their organs, amputate their stomachs.
Amputate their stomachs. That's a weird way of putting that.
Take experimental drugs that make them miserable and sick and have lethal side effects just so they can look less like me.
You're choosing to view it that way. They want to look less like me, instead of they want to look more like this other thing. Most of you do not have telepathy and therefore cannot read each other's thoughts. What you're doing is projecting your own insecurities outward. I have telepathy, so I'm the real deal, son.
Look less like us. Fatness is such a worst case scenario for people. It's unreal.
It's unreal. Oh, Splotchy, calm down.
You know, we really grew up as children dreaming about such morbid things that I can't even say on TikTok, but is such a widely experienced experience as a fat person in this society that...
Get a load of this society, am I right?
There are songs about it.
The song, there's nothing wrong with my body, fat is not a dirty word. If my body is a temple, ba-boo, ba-doo, da-boo, bow. Brie music, oh jeez.
About taking scissors, dreaming of getting sick, and staying in the hospital.
Oh, get a song about the scissors and cutting off part of your fat roll or something. Wasn't that Taylor Swift song or whatever? Yeah, people say some silly stuff, huh?
Dreaming of, by any means necessary, thinness. Because fatness is the worst case scenario.
Fatness is the worst case scenario, not you. When people don't want to be fat, it has nothing to do with you. It's very important that we don't go off the deep end and internalize all of the things that other people want to do to better themselves. When another man shaves off his mustache, it is not an attack on me. He just doesn't want to have a mustache anymore. I am more than just my mustache. I'm up here, okay? Stop looking down here, all right?
And this intersects with so many things.
Oh boy, here we go.
Fat phobia and ableism are like this. They're like best friends.
They're like peas in a pod, man.
Fat people and disabled people alike are constantly told that, oh my god, I'd kill myself if I were disabled. I'd kill myself if I were fat.
Let's just be real here for a moment. It would suck very badly to be disabled and to be in a wheelchair. And I don't think there's anything problematic about saying that you don't want to be disabled or be in a wheelchair. That's not ableist. I don't dislike disabled people and want to harm them because I don't want to be disabled. I just like being able to use my legs, you know? Some people don't know what they have until it's gone. I'm not one of those people. I understand the importance of having functioning legs. Me appreciating having functional legs is not an attack on people who do not have functional legs. You're all still worthy, you all deserve to exist, and I'm not favoring able-bodied people. Likewise, if people don't want to be fat, it's not an attack on people who are fat.
It doesn't feel good to be part of a group that people would kill themselves rather than be.
It doesn't feel good to have excess adipose tissue weighing you down and rubbing into itself on your body. I know, because I've been overweight, and I was only like 60 pounds overweight, and it sucked ass.
And that's part of why I talk about what I talk about. It's why I'm visibly fat online, giving more of that
instead of audibly fat online. Although you are audible. I'm hearing a lot of tones.
Visibility and perspective, because representation is everything, and maybe
representation is only everything if you're living vicariously through somebody else.
I can change some minds. We can change some minds. We can get some perspective in here. We can call it out, because fat phobia is everywhere.
Yeah, it is. Ever present, always pervasive fat phobia.
Ableism is everywhere.
Is it? Do you really see people like dunking on the disabled ever?
And it is so liberating once we are able to deconstruct that internalized ableism, that internalized fat phobia.
Is internalized ableism when we disable ourselves? It's pretty internal, man.
And just escape the arbitrary beauty standards in society. It is so liberating. You don't even know what it's like unless you've escaped it.
Okay, so she has escaped the beauty standards and is now liberated. All right. Good to know. So when I become liberated, will I also go online and complain about what other people are doing all the time? Next.
People will go on a weight loss journey and then say, oh my god, I feel so much better after losing weight.
That makes you really angry, doesn't it?
I just have more energy waking up in the morning. My body just moves better.
Liars. They're lying.
I just feel more myself. Like, ugh, come on, guys. Whole time, they're exercising, eating more fruits and veggies, and 3, sticking to a routine.
Oh, so it's not the weight loss that's making them feel better. It's the exercise, fruit and veggies, and sticking to a routine.
But somehow, that always gets pushed to the side as if that is an inconsequential part of why they feel better.
So you don't think that getting rid of all this extra tissue that is literally weighing you down would make you feel better? Have you ever carried around a backpack that has 200 pounds in it all day? It sucks, and when you take it off, it feels a whole lot better. Thusly, losing weight will make us feel better, plus it's hormonally active. Adipose tissue is a metabolically active endocrine organ.
As if it has no part whatsoever in how they felt better.
Yes, exercise makes you feel better. Eating right makes you feel better. Sticking to a routine makes you feel better. And the thing that you don't want to acknowledge, weight loss makes you feel better. It's weird how you can acknowledge all of those things make you feel better, except the weight loss.
Was not the fact that they increased the diversity of their diet. It was not the fact that they started moving their body more.
Was it joyful movement?
Was the weight. It was the weight.
Carrying around extra weight sucks. Your knees don't like it, your legs don't like it, your lungs don't like it, your heart doesn't like it. Your liver loves it, but everything else... I'm just kidding, your liver doesn't like it either!
And so many people will start these resolutions where they're moving their body more, they're diversifying their diet, and they will think, wow, I feel so much better. Get on a scale, see that they have not lost weight or gained weight, and immediately think, wow, I'm so unhealthy.
Just by looking at the number on the scale?
I'm so bad. Man, this is terrible. Because it's not about health. If we really focused on just making our bodies feel better, there wouldn't be an emphasis on weight.
Well, losing weight makes you feel better, as I've said 1,000 times, so...
There have literally been studies, too, if people want to talk about, oh, well, of course weight loss helps with health. There have been studies where people who literally had their fat just removed, just like lipo, and their markers, their health markers, all that jazz, were not improved from the people who stayed fat.
Okay, well that suggests to me that taking shortcuts doesn't work. Getting liposuction does not make you healthier because you just had them remove part of your body. You didn't, like, burn it off the actual way.
Weight loss is just a potential, possible side effect of changing your lifestyle.
If you are obese and you make a positive change in your lifestyle, you will lose weight.
And just as likely as weight loss is to happen, weight maintenance and weight gain.
Weight gain happens if you're in a caloric surplus, period.
Those are both equal, if not more possible, possibilities. We need to be actively deconstructing the idea that weight loss and getting smaller is what health is.
We do need to deconstruct that idea.
Is what feeling good is. We need to stop. Let's focus on actual health-promoting behaviors in 2024. Please.
Okay, so that was a lot of copium right there. I would say that if you are currently obese, which is unhealthy, then making positive changes to your lifestyle will result in weight loss. Being unable to breathe without the assistance of a machine or an oxygen tube is not a good lifestyle, so I would recommend making whatever changes necessary to not have that happen. Next.
If you are fat or have ever been fat, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, Hot Pockets are way too freaking hot when you get them right out of the microwave. That's what you're about to say, right? Us former fat kids can relate.
But...
like boiling hot, like you can't touch the freaking thing for 2 hours. There's some sort of technology inside of there that we should harness. Like hand warmers or whatever they make, they should be made out of Hot Pocket technology. It'll keep your pockets boiling hot for several hours. They could also deploy whatever technology is used in gas station coffee. You ever do that? You get coffee from the gas station and it's just like stupid hot. It's so hot that you can't have a sip for 5 hours. And it's just in like a paper cup, but somehow it's staying hot forever. Surely this technology can be used somewhere else. That annoys me to no end, dude. You're just like, oh God, it's been like 2 hours, what the hell?
You will never be anything other than fat.
Oh gee, you're somewhat of a Debbie Downer, huh?
No matter how much I accomplish, no matter how much I do, no matter how good of a person I am, no matter the community I hold, no matter the kindness I extend to others.
When did you do that part?
No matter my politics, no matter my religion, first and foremost, I'm fat.
Okay, well, I suggest that you start seeing yourself as things other than just fat, for your own mental well-being, and also to develop yourself as a person. There's something that I say all the time, and that is, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And the meaning of that is that if you don't believe in yourself and you're always like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, you won't. But if you go around saying, yes, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, you will. It's not just a testament to believing in yourself, it's a testament to negative self-talk and how we should avoid it. In your mind, you're never going to be seen as anything but fat, so you have that vibe about you when you go into any social situation at all. You come into the room thinking, everybody's judging me, I am nothing more than fat, all of these people think I'm the worst case scenario. So the vibe that you're putting out is very insecure and defensive and lashing out at others before they can hurt you. Other people are going to pick up on that vibe and not like it.
Which doesn't have to be a bad thing, sure. Fatness is part of me, it's part of how I move through the world.
You're making it part of you.
But it's part of me.
It's just adipose tissue, bro. You are no more your fat than I am my kidneys.
It's not all of me. It is not the most important aspect of me.
You make it the most important aspect of you.
And for some reason, me being fat makes all of my accomplishments, everything I mentioned, not matter. Before I am a grad student, I am fat. Before I am nice, I am fat.
Who told you all this? You went to one of your friends and you're like, hey man, school is going pretty good. And they were like, what? You don't go to school. You're just fat. And you're like, what? Why do I hang out with you?
Before I am funny, I am fat. Before I am smart, I am fat.
Where was the part where you were funny? Honestly. Come on. I would recommend that a lot of you that are dealing with negative emotions learn to be funny and joke about it. Anybody that has a good sense of humor likely has it because they've been using it to cope with the misery that is life on the planet Earth. Some people cry into a camera and upload it to TikTok. Some people make jokes. I recommend the latter. Crying about the bad things in life isn't going to help, but joking about them makes me feel better.
Before I like animals.
I am fat before I like animals. Just take that statement out of context from the rest of this video. What a bizarre statement. What about after you like the animals? Are you still fat? Does loving animals cause weight loss? Am I a total moron?
I am fat. Before I am vegan, I am fat. Before I speak, before I think, I am fat.
Well, I recommend you develop a personality so you can stop identifying with these stupid arbitrary labels. I'm not fat. I am not mustachioed man. I am the cynical dude. I have a name, damn it. And the word the is part of it, so I expect you to say it.
Therefore, I am bad.
Oh, okay. All right. This video is taking a different kind of turn, splotchmaker.
And let me tell you, which I probably don't have to tell you, it is so draining, and it is so not fair.
All right, that was insane. We've got time for one more.
A part of being fat is knowing that to so many people, the most exciting, celebratory, incredible thing you could ever do is get thin.
Do people celebrate by getting thin? Hey Beth, great job on meeting the deadline for that project. The client loved it. Let's celebrate. Oh, really? That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. Yes, we should celebrate. Let's get thin. Yeah, get thin? I was thinking we could go out for a couple of drinks, but getting thin is even better. Yeah, let's celebrate by getting thin. This makes a lot of sense.
Getting smaller is the accomplishment above all accomplishments.
Is that how you see it? Is that why you're so bitter right now? Because the greatest achievement known to man, weight loss, you have been unable to achieve? And I'm not trying to make fun of this person at all for not achieving it. I've said before that if I have featured you in any of my videos, you can hit me up on Instagram for free advice. So Splotchmaker, I extend that invitation to you as well. If you want to, I'm not trying to force anybody to do anything. If you think that it would be advantageous for you to lose weight, hit me up.
Above getting a master's degree, above getting a bachelor's degree, above landing a great job in your career.
You could be rich and have trillions of dollars, but if you can't touch your own toes, what good is it?
Above being in a healthy relationship, above getting married, above getting engaged.
Yeah, because it's your personal physique. Your marriage, your degree, your salary is far less important if you can't breathe without the assistance of a machine.
Above, above, above. It would be almost funny if it wasn't so deeply infuriating and dehumanizing. Because we are not seen as human before we are seen as fat.
It sounds like you see yourself that way. You feel guilty and insecure because you have tried and failed at this thing numerous times. Which is fine, but we don't have to go on this tirade and try to make it something that it's not.
Fatness is seen as an other. It's seen as its own identity, separate from humanity.
What? Okay.
Because it's seen as like a moral thing. It's seen as morally bad.
I don't see it as a moral failing. I see it as somebody that has a substance abuse problem and or a lack of knowledge on what a proper diet is.
And it sucks so much. And fat people deserve to be celebrated so much more.
Dude, nobody deserves to be celebrated. What? If you pull a drowning child out of a river, you should be celebrated, okay? And it doesn't matter if you were thin or fat when you did it. That person's a hero. We should celebrate them.
For everything in their lives, because we just aren't. We aren't. And we know
nobody should be celebrated for doing nothing.
There's one secret recipe for everyone to be rooting for us, and one secret recipe for everyone to be against us, which is being fat positive or staying fat.
Well, I don't think the secret recipe for everyone to love and respect you is to get butthurt at other people for accomplishing weight loss goals.
Even though there are so many health risks with weight loss, even though for the vast majority of people, they will gain back more weight than where they started.
Not if they're doing it right. All right, and that was the end of that. All right, so at the end there, she had to toss in the classic, most people will regain the weight, and then some, which is obvious nonsense. We've heard that one so many times, dude. So basically, Splotchmaker thinks that she'll never be seen as anything but fat. I'll always be fat before I am a nice person, a funny person, a person with a bachelor's degree, a cat lover, whatever. If people want to lose weight, it's not to better themselves, it's because they don't want to look like me. Specifically, the center of the universe, me. And she's also sick of hearing people say how much better they feel after weight loss. I recommend we stop going online and projecting our own insecurities onto others. And hopefully we can develop a personality outside of the way that we look or how fat that we are. What did you think of the clips we just watched? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.